How's everybody doing? We'll give everybody just a couple minutes to hop on. Normally takes just a few seconds for everybody to get in. Hopefully we didn't scare everybody off with that email that we just sent out, but all right. Let's see. All right, not showing anybody in here yet, but we will give it just a couple more minutes. See if anybody wants to hop on. Hey, all right, I see two views. Like I said, normally takes a minute or two for everybody. Oh, great. Thank you, Thomas. I don't see that, but if you see 14 people watching, then we'll rock and roll, okay? Um, my name is Jason Chance. I am the owner operator of Revolution 3. Years ago, Revolution 3 was known, there we go, was known just for triathlons. And now we do swimming, biking, running, all as separate events. Um, it's funny, the Maryland Freedom Swim was a dream of a few local swimmers. They should actually be on here. They'll be on the water. Um, that is Michael Keene and Matt Pluta. And we had a friend, he moved away. He was El Tuna. And this was kind of their dream to do a baby bay swim, is basically what it is. So it's 2 miles, so it's about half of the size of the Great Chesapeake Bay Swim. But it still swims in between a bridge span, which is kind of neat, and it kind of gives people a plan for getting ready. We sent out the athlete guide the other day. Um, Normally we don't sit here and go step by step, what's going to happen. We can talk about some timelines and stuff like that. Most of the information is there, kind of in the athlete guide. There is a version you can click at marylandfreedomswim.com. Up at the top it'll give you kind of individual pictures, and then down at the bottom uh, is a PDF file that you can click, and you can actually access some of the hyperlinks. So the one that I'm posting right now, this is actually a hyperlink for a video of the start. If you've never done a start like this, basically once we line you up, the first six people who get there, and we typically go by speed. The first six people who line up will count five, four, three, two, one, go, and then the next six step up and they wait for about 5 seconds until these guys get in the water, the people ahead of them, and then we'll say go. So great little YouTube video. It's a short. It's actually one that we put together for the Great Chesapeake Bay Swim because we do a very similar launch for that. So once again, once we're done with all this, don't click on it now because you'll go away. But once we're done with all this, you'll be able to take a look at that start. Um, so I know what everybody's jumping on here for is to ask about the weather. Is the event going to happen? All of that kind of fun stuff. And the answer is we will know tomorrow at noon. So I just sent out a email to everybody, um, and it basically says, hey, we took a water sample today at 12 o'clock. It'll take till tomorrow at 12 o'clock to come out of the incubator and to get tested. By 12:30, we'll be able to say yay or nay. By 12:30 tomorrow, we will also have a better idea of what the rain amount's going to be for Friday night. If you looked at that email yesterday, we talked about kind of the parameters that we needed. There's some forecasts that are saying we're going to get a sprinkle tomorrow. There's others saying we're going to get over an inch. I can tell you if we get over an inch, there's no way we can go into the water. Here on the Eastern Shore, everything is flat. All the farmland, all the runoff and everything comes into the water. And even though the river flushes a couple times, pretty much the rule that we go by and our friends over at Shore Rivers kind of promote is if it rains within 24 hours, within 1 inch of rain, we don't go in the water. So that's something that we're going to stick by. The other thing will be the wind and that kind of stuff. So what we put in that email, yeah, 23 miles an hour now, Mark. That's great. Um, oh, 23 people. Sorry. I got you. So what we're doing, we sent out an email. We're basically, if anybody, because I know I had some people reach out and they're like, "Hey, I'm staying at the Holiday Inn or I'm staying somewhere like that." If anybody says, "Hey, I just don't like this," not knowing until 12:30 tomorrow, I need to cancel a hotel reservation. I'm not going to go. I'm going to be out all this money. Um, we are doing away with the deferral fee until tomorrow at 12:30. So if you just don't like the I'm not sure, you can defer 0 cost. You'll automatically be registered for next year. We'll push everybody through. Um, and the converse to that is if we do have to cancel, everybody will automatically get a deferral. That's why we're waiving the deferral fee. Everybody will get deferred until the 2026 event, which is typically earlier in May. Um, but it's what we had to do a couple years ago. We had a bad rain the night before, and it pretty much caused the water to be unswimmable. Uh, so, so that's our plan as of right now. I put a hyperlink that explains on Run Sign Up how to do a deferral. If you want to, again, completely free. Sorry. And there were some folks that when we had to move the date from the 17th to the 31st because of powerboat races, um, it was some people couldn't make the 31st work, so they're going to, if they didn't take the refund at that point in time, this one's kind of out of our hands. So um, they would definitely, they won't get a free deferral if they took a refund, but they'll get first kind of dibs on next year after you guys. Um, so let's talk about like the event is going to happen because that's what we want. Fingers crossed the event's going to happen. Um, so because of the 10:30 start time, we don't have to get there at like 6 o'clock in the morning. We have to get there at 6 o'clock in the morning, but not you. You're typically going to be there between like 8:15, 8:30, something like that. Um, and we really don't want you to like wait until 9:30 to try to get in because if you've swam this before, you know sometimes there's a bit of a line. The line we're not sure. It's more about like changing and stuff because basically you walk up and you go, hey, I'm Thomas Negus, and we go, okay, great, you're number 14, and we just hand you like as you come up, we say, great, you're number 14, and we give you a bib, um, and then you get one of these really cool beach towels. So no shirts, so we don't have to worry about, oh, is that too small? Is that too big? So this is the beach towel for this year. It's got the bridge again. Past couple years, we had the swimmer in there, and people went, "What the hell is that?" So we put the bridge back on there. Um, You'll get a swim cap. We'll have two changing tents that'll be underneath of the large white sail. One will be men, one will be women. If we have any non-binary, please send me an email, info at run or info at run SPY, info at rev3try.com, and we'll make sure that we have a non-binary tent set up, but we don't have anybody registered as that right now. Um, so we always try to make accommodations. We do the same thing for the base swim. We actually added a non-binary tent last year. So if we need it, let me know, please, so we can take care of that for you. Um, so you're going to come in. We will have a pre-race swimmer briefing. Basically, this is our friends Matt and Mike, one of the creators of this event. They will talk to you. They will tell you like, hey, it's going to be slack tide, which means you shouldn't get a whole bunch of push. But hey, you need to be through that center channel by if we start at 10:30, let's say last person's in at 10:35, 11:35, or they're going to move you. They're going to kind of push you. So that's definitely one thing to kind of keep in mind. The other thing that they're going to tell you is don't touch the bridge. That's like the big rule. It's like the Navy with their boats. Don't touch your boats. Don't touch the bridge. One, it's got barnacles and stuff like that. Two, the old bridge, it's no one's allowed on it. So they're afraid things are going to crumble and that kind of stuff. That's why we don't swim underneath the old bridge. We swim underneath the new bridge. Um, and then three, you just kind of want to swim straight. There's one little tiny area in the middle channel that there's pieces of the old bridge. We have two great big yellow triangle buoys. They say Rev 3 on them, that are going to be kind of telling you to bump around those. We'll also have kayakers there, getting you to bump around them. But still, you're staying in between the bridges. The rule that we tell everybody for this swim and for other bridge swims that we have is it doesn't matter if you breathe to the right or the left, as long as you see one bridge, you're fine. If you see two bridges or zero bridges, you're outside the bridge, get back in. Okay. Um, we try to keep everybody in there. We've got a great team of kayakers, a great team of jet skiers. If you need help, put your hand in the air. If you want to wear one of those pull buoys, wear a pull buoy. I don't mean the pull buoy like you get in the pool. I mean a pull like a rescue tube kind of thing. That's kind of become a regular, and it helps with visibility and everything. When you check in, you'll have the option. You'll say, "Hey, can I have a red cap?" A red cap just basically means, "Hey, kayakers, keep a close eye on me." Everybody had to send in some kind of identification saying that they could do a swim like this, whether it was in the pool or open water experience. We're not quite as particular as we are with the day swim, but we still want to be particular. So we want to make sure that everybody has a successful race. And if you need assistance, you can hang on a kayak if you need to. If you want to get pulled, put your hand up and just say, "Hey, come and help." We are going from high tide to low tide. That means when you go in the water over on the Talbot County side, you're going to be in water, deeper water right off the bat. You'll probably get 3 or 4 steps in and then you'll be able to swim. We've had it before where it's at like dead low tide, um, and you can pretty much like take like 7 swims out. Um, all right, so let's talk about the course. Course is super simple. Um, when we're standing at the beach, there's going to be one big yellow buoy out in front of you. When you see that big yellow buoy, you're going to swim to that buoy and you're going to turn left. Yep. Okay. The yellow buoys are going to pretty much designate like, "Hey, pay attention. Okay. This is where I'm going." When you make that left from Ferry Point Marina, and thanks to our friends over there for letting us launch from their beach, you're going to make that left. You're going to be heading towards the bridge, and on 2 of the pylons, there's going to be great big orange buoys. Orange buoys are like, "Hey, look at me." Okay. You swim in between them, and when you get into the bridge, you'll see another yellow buoy in the bridge, and that's where you turn. So again, turns are yellow buoys typically. As you're swimming along, there's not going to be mile markers and stuff like that. Mile 1 is pretty much at the middle of the channel. Mile 2 is at the finish. Um, so as you're swimming along, again, look for one bridge to your right or one bridge to your left. Just keep on swimming straight. When you get to the center, like I said, there's a couple little pylons. We're going to have these weird, like round triangles. They're going to be yellow, but they'll be significantly smaller. You'll be able to see them. Those are like, "Hey, hazard, you need to turn around, these things. Don't try to split them." Um, and there should be a boat there as well. And then you're just going to keep on swimming. When you get down to the very end of the bridge where we want you to come out, you're going to turn right at a big yellow buoy. There'll be a big yellow triangle in the middle of the bridge. You're going to turn right at that. You're going to pop out and you're going to swim over kind of parallel to the shoreline. And there'll be another yellow buoy that turns you left and brings you into the finish line. Um, Super simple, super clean. Um, there will be time for you to get in the water and warm up. Let me pull up. If you're not familiar, there is actually a NOAA buoy on the bridge, which gives us really great readings. It gives us real time readings. I'm going to actually put that, pretty sure I put it in all of the athlete guides and everything. Right this second, the water temperature is 68.5 degrees. Air temperature is 69.3, wind is 4 knots. But NOAA Cam 2 is what we always Google. So right now your water is about 68.5 degrees. So wetsuit or no wetsuit, that's on you. Please don't let this be the first time that you ever put on a wetsuit, because what's going to happen is it's constricting. You're going to hop into the water, you're going to swim, it's going to feel funny because it's making you buoyant. You're not used to that because you're swimming in a pool without one. And then you're going to try to take a deep breath, and that neoprene is going to push right back against you, and you're going to go, "Oh my God, I can't breathe." You can breathe, um, because you can talk, but you can breathe. We just don't want that to make you panic. And we've had people like try to peel off their wetsuits while they're in the water, stuff like that. Don't let that be you. If you need to, over on the Dorchester side in the morning, put on your wetsuit, go into that water. We kind of caution against that because then you're going to get on the bus and you're going to be wet. Um, but when you get over to the Talbot side, that's the start side. Um, you can put it on, you can get in the water, you can try, and then we're going to have bags over there that you can stuff your stuff inside of, and we're going to bring that back over to the Talbot side. So if you've never been through one of those processes with us before, when you check in, you're going to get a big 24 by 24 bag. It's clear. We ask that you only put things that can fit inside of there. So don't bring a laptop, don't bring a giant backpack, like, that kind of thing, because we want to put your number on there. And then when you go over to the start side, you can relax, you can take all your stuff off, um, and you can put it inside this bag. And then you'll put that bag, the clear bag, inside of a giant white bag that has numbers like 1 through 25, 26 through 50. The better you do that, the faster you get your stuff back on the other end. Um, so if number 312 likes to put his bag in the number one bag, we're going to hide that bag and wait till the very last minute to give it to you. But um, typically we say like bring wetsuit, bring stuff like that. You're going to be parked like within 3 blocks, kind of around the Dorchester Visitor Center. You're going to be parked right in that area. Bring your keys, that's fine. If you can do without your cell phone, do without your cell phone, just because there might be wet stuff in other people's bags. We're going to be putting it all in the back of a truck and driving it over. So, yeah, but I mean, like keys to your car, stuff like that, you can absolutely bring them. We'll have cups of water over on the start side. There will not be a bathroom on the start side. There are bathrooms over on the Dorchester side, on the finish side. Um, so, so yeah. All right. I have rattled on for like 15 minutes, which is not what I normally do because I like to answer your guys' questions. So there's like 26 of you guys on here. Who has a question? And you just type it over in the chat if you're not familiar. There should be a chat thing off on the side. Um, Right. And while we're waiting for one of those, once again, as of right this second, the event is happening. We will give a absolute definite by 12:30. I'm sorry, we will give a definite based on what we know by 12:30 tomorrow. That gives us, good question, Penny. That gives us the ability to look at the weather, look at the look at the uh, wind, look at the rain, and look at the water sample and kind of make an estimate from there. If we call it, it is strictly based on safety parameters, whether that's you, whether that's kayakers or whatever. But if it's bad water, man, like we don't get in bad water. Um, so Penny, I answered in the chat. 258 people are currently signed up. Oh, I'm sorry. 259 people are currently signed up. While we've been talking, it looks like somebody signed up. So we will see. We'll see what that number actually is. Um, Typically we have about 300 who actually get in the water and swim with us. We hope and hope and hope and pray that we're able to put on this event and give you guys a swim. I know some people are using this as a bay swim qualification. If this gets canceled, that means that you have to swim like in a pool. That stinks. Um, Jody says, thank you for being cautious. I'll tell you, you guys are the best because you understand that there's some nasty stuff that can be in that water. Um, if we cancel a run because of rain or something, we get a lot of getting yelled at. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's all about safety. I think we proved that years ago when we canceled this because of poor water quality. Um, and then we've also, with the bay swim last year, it was not safe to launch the bay swim. So, I hate that I'm the front facing person on this, but yeah, I'm going to tell you how it is. Kathy, do swimmers typically put their wetsuits on prior to getting on the bus or the start or right after? It really is 50-50. I see some people carrying it over their shoulder. It really just depends on the day. We've had it before where it's like 80 degrees and nobody wants to sit in neoprene at 80 degrees. So they'll carry it over, they'll feel the water, and then they'll decide if they want to put it on or not. I always joke that I was allergic to neoprene. Every time I put on my wetsuit, I wanted to pee. So if you're one of those people and you need to pee, don't put it on before you get on the bus, or Ralph's going to get real mad at me. He's our bus driver, so don't do that. But yeah, I mean, so Kathy, if you bring it over there and then you decide like, hey, I don't want to put it on, you will certainly have plenty of time to be able to put it on over there, unless you're in the last bus. I will tell you, if you decide to get like wait until the last wait until the last possible minute and get on like the 10:15 or 10:20 bus that we send back, chances are one of us is going to be at that bus going, just keep on going right on through the finish line or the start line. Um, Maria, the race can't be moved one more time. So next weekend is Eagleman, and then beyond that, we start to get into jellyfish season. We're kind of on the edge of jellyfish season right now. Um, so yeah, I know it stinks. It really does. If for some reason we defer to 2026 and that date doesn't work for you, we're going to open up the whole transfer to another swimmer kind of thing. So convince a friend that it would be convince a friend it would be really fun for them to go and do, and then make them pay you back. We can actually set that up where they buy your ticket from you and you get the money back on the Run Sign Up platform. So yeah, I'm sorry. This is the latest that we have ever done this swim. Typically, it's at the beginning of May. Um, Coast Guard thought for some reason that we could have the powerboat races the same day as the swim, which is a horrible idea. Once we realized it was powerboat races, we moved it because we're not doing that. One, we couldn't hear anything, and two, there's lots of boaters around. Um, so we do control boat traffic. I know somebody asked me that in an email. That is the U.S. Coast Guard comes out there and they stop all boat traffic from coming through until that last person uh, clears the channel, and that's what we need. We need you cleared from the channel 1 hour after the last person goes in. So that we can reopen that center channel. Nobody else really shoots on the skinny sides because it's too low under the old bridge. But yeah, they'll definitely try coming through that middle. Um, all right. Any other questions? Last year we did lunch meets and stuff like that at the finish for food. This year we're getting pizza from a local pizza place. Um, and then if you don't like pizza or it's going to be cheese, one's going to be cheese and one's going to be pepperoni. So um, Uh, if you don't like that, there are a lot of really incredible places in downtown Cambridge to go and eat and drink if you like to drink. But hopefully everybody gets a chance to see that. So if you have spectators, we want the spectators to stay over on the Dorchester side. They can walk just a little bit to they can walk just a little bit to the like between the bridges down on the low side, but um, you can't actually go onto the old bridge. The first couple years we were actually able to walk over there. Mark, we are concerned with the wind. That's the other thing that we're looking at. So um, we want to see at 12:30 tomorrow. We're going to look at wind, we're going to look at rain, and we're going to look at that water sample. That's our trifecta of what we're looking at. And then, if it's wind, if it's what direction is the wind coming from, if it's some crazy thing that would actually be helping you, then great. But, our water team, um, our water team is looking for, I don't, east possibly. Okay. Thanks, Matt. Um, we'll see. So, but yeah, that would be another concern is, if it's going to be at your face and basically make you like you're swimming in a treadmill, then that would be bad as well, because then nobody's going to make that one hour. Our plan is not to have to pull 200 and some people out of the water. That is the furthest thing that we want to do. So we will make that decision. Some of you will be happy and relieved one way or the other. The others, again, I'm giving you the out if you're just like, hey, I'm looking at Weather Underground or whatever, and I just don't like what I'm seeing. You can do the deferral at no cost until tomorrow. Um, uh, Penny. So Matt might be able to. I want to say we're at like 12, 12 to 15, and again, um, some of that's going to be direction that it's going to come from as well. If it's like right now, like nothing's even moving right now. So, um, but it's really going to be whichever way that wind is blowing, what it's doing to the water. So I could tell you it's 20, but if it's 20 at your back and it's pushing everybody over, then great. But we're looking out for our kayakers as well. We have quite a number of kayakers, so there is no true hard and fast number. There's no threshold on that one, Penny. Um, it's just we know it's in kind of in that range. Right now would be fine, but um, all right, just looking through. Lightning is a 30-minute delay, like once is pretty much all that we get because we are closing the river. Do, 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 do. Yeah. If there's not many more questions, we're coming up on 30 minutes. That's typically where we like to cut these off. A lot of your questions are none of the questions you guys have asked, but a lot of things are in the athlete guide. In the email that I just sent you has directions, both video or if you're more of a step-by-step, like typed out kind of thing, that link is in there. Um, and yeah, I mean, I wish I was sitting here saying, yeah, we're 100%, but I couldn't even give you a percentage right now because there's no sense until we get those readings back to see. So if you have any questions, I just dropped my email into there. When you send an email to that comes to me. I typically have it on till about 9 o'clock most nights. You send me something at 10:30. I do not disturb. It's on do not disturb. And but tomorrow at 12:30, we will post on social media. We will send an email to everyone. We will post it on the website marylandfreedomswim.com. Boom, right at the top. That way, everybody knows to go and take a look. But you should expect an email to come out 12:30. Hopefully our team can get together before that so that we can be ready and be straight. Again, Jason Chance with Revolution 3. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to shoot us an email over at info@rev3try.com. And yeah, hope to see you guys all on Saturday. Okay. All right. Bye.